Nice, you want to Chaps and Chabbits, Game Chap and Bertie here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed, fellows, and I dare say we are now reporting to you here on a rather nefarious online leg cheat of sorts in Splatoon for Wii U.
We most certainly are, yes indeed. Splatoon on the Wii U, as you say, come out recently, quite a few people playing it, but we seem to have found here some form of online cheat. Now, we're not encouraging you to cheat, of course, and we're not cheating ourselves, we're just showing you this so you're aware of it and what can happen.
That's right, fellows, this particular cheat pertains to making use of laggy connections. Ouch, that hurt, I say. Now, in this room, there's rather a lot of lag going on, but I want you to pay particular attention to what happens and the antics of a certain player. Now, the player's name in this particular room is Ricky, and I think we're going to start seeing him quite shortly.
Ricky, right, okay. So we're just online at the moment, playing the game.
As you do, using here the 96 gun, in fact, fellows, which is a very powerful weapon. 2 shots from this gun can take out any other Inkling, even armoured ones.
Right, so this is some sort of long-range weapon there, as you say, very, very powerful.
Short to mid-range, that's right. Very, very strong shot.
Oh, short to mid, okay. Short
that's
to mid,
right.
a bit like a shotgun then.
But a mighty weapon of sorts indeed, just a slow rate of fire to balance that out. And hello, we seem to have been splatted by a splat roller halfway across the map there, fellows. Let's see the replay of that, shall we? Let's see now, there's the replay. As you can see, fellows, we have been splatted by a chap over there.
He's over there!
And as you know, you have to hit people with the splat roller to actually hit them.
Well, of course you do.
To take them out, you'll see. That roller has to touch your enemy. And here we are, we've shot him 5 times, he's ignored us and walked off.
Wait, hang on.
What's going on?
We shot him 5 times.
Let's have that replay. 1,
One,
2,
two,
3, 4, 5, and what?
Right, okay. So
he got us.
We saw him there get shot
right.
5 times.
Yes.
Then he gets us.
Then he gets us and teleports somewhere across the map and finally gets splattered at the end of it all. This is very strange, fellows, I have to say.
Right, okay, so what we've got here then is something going on whereby, effectively, knowingly or unknowingly, the player there, Ricky, is in a way cheating.
Well, exactly. Making use of lag with or without knowing it, fellows. It seems indeed that Splatoon requires quite a good internet connection in order to play. That's what happens when you do shoot someone with this gun. It's very strong, and he's back again. He strikes back, fellows. Can you believe it?
Laggy Rick has returned.
There we go. He goes round the side, completely misses me, and splat! Look at that. He was nowhere near me, old chap.
He was nowhere near you. I saw
That is ridiculous. And then he goes into his super mode, of course, having used the laggy situation there to get an advantage. It's no wonder our team's losing here.
No, it's no wonder at all.
So it seems that it was by using a slow or otherwise laggy internet connection, you can actually take advantage of a loophole in the game, if you will, to make yourself... he's done it again, old chap.
Done again, yes.
To make yourself appear as if you're somewhere where you're really not, and you have a sort of strange, laggy sort of appearance to other players, which can give you a major advantage here. What's just happened, old chap? There you go.
You've been squished again.
The replay there. Indeed, he was nowhere near us on the replay, as you saw, fellows. This is quite a nefarious tactic, and I dare say it's very hard to fight it, you know.
Well, most certainly, yes, indeed. You can see, and I'm sure the people watching here, Chaps, people can see what's going on.
Yes.
Now, we're not sort of highlighting, Ricky here, whoever Ricky is, and saying Ricky's badly to cheat. Not
there
at all.
He goes. Look at Laggy away, old chap. Laggy, you can't move when it stops. What's going on
Laggy
here?
Rick, there he was.
Laggy Rick, there we are.
As I said there, we're not sort of saying Ricky's bad. We're just using this as an example.
Yes.
You may not even know what's going on.
That's right. Let's find out what happened in the final scores and fails after Laggy Rick, as he's known, used his lag tactic there with or without knowing it.
Right.
Indeed, he, of course, is right at the top there, Fails. No surprise, with 11 kills, making use of an unstable sort of droppy connection to basically teleport around the map with or without knowing he's doing it.
Most certainly, yes indeed. Now, of course, I just said there, we're not necessarily saying that Ricky's cheating at all. We're just giving this
Not
an example.
intentionally, perhaps,
Not
no.
intentionally, but, as I said, if you wanted to, or if a person wanted to, this could be used to actually purposefully cheat.
That's
now,
right.
How could that be done?
Well, of course, it's a very good point. I think Ricky's gone from this match now, Fails, thankfully. As you can see, a different scenario here. But I do believe what's going on here is, in fact, people are perhaps making use of, as I said, slow internet connections. Now, of course, one way that can be done is by downloading large files at the same time as playing Splatoon, or uploading large files, etc. and so forth. For example, on YouTube, on a torrenting program, things like that, whereby you can then interfere with the Splatoon connection. I think what's going on here is people are perhaps saying, oh no, I'm losing, just reach over there, press the old play button or the download button, and away you go, making use of a laggy sort of cheat, if you will, to get the jump on your foes.
Most certainly, yes indeed, and we've shown here, certainly it can be done. Now the thing is, since this is definitely there, and perhaps, we've seen it in other games, we've seen it online, Smash Bros and things, but I haven't quite seen something quite as bad as that, I don't think.
No, I mean,
particularly bad. So is there a bit of a loophole, a bit of a gap, a bit of a problem here in Splatoon that perhaps Nintendo need to sort of fix here?
I think so, boy. And of course, in Super Smash Bros., as you say, I do think it's quite widespread there as well, the issue of lag, but not quite to this extent, where they're actually teleporting around the field and splatting you when they're not even anywhere near you, old chap.
Well, most certainly, and as we saw there, if this is used purposely, it's going to be very, very easy to win indeed. And
Yes.
we saw old Rick there at the top there.
That's right, and very hard to fight, of course, for an innocent player who doesn't want to stoop to that kind of thing. It's very difficult to beat someone who's using that kind of laggy technique, and if you will, it is therefore a cheat of sorts.
It is most certainly, yes indeed, most certainly is. Now the things I'm thinking, that player was using the roller, but I wonder if this works perhaps with other weapons.
I should think so indeed, in a way. It won't just work with the Splat Roller, although I have to say that kind of exploit is very well suited to the roller. You could of course make use of guns, the 96 Scout here, sniper rifles, and various other weapons to perhaps confuse your foes and get splats there basically for free.
Oh yes indeed, just as you were saying that, I was thinking, if a group of people wanted to,
Yes.
they got together and said, let's go online together and purposely use this method there,
Yes.
they could create an elite team if they all do it lagging the same, all four of them.
Well, I'm sure that kind of thing goes on all the time, actually,
Well,
old
yes,
chap, but
I
no
mean-
one ever says anything about it,
I
you
mean,
see.
not
It's
that
all
any-
hush-hush, you
Well,
say.
exactly. Not that anyone's going to do that. Now,
Oh,
we said it,
no.
of course, I'm sure no one out there is going to do it, are they?
I'm sure they weren't doing it up until now either, old boy.
Oh,
It's
of course.
just something we just happen to have noticed, that's all.
We noticed
but,
it. We weren't doing it, were we?
No, certainly not.
No,
A
no.
gentleman would never behave in such a nefarious manner, old chap,
A gentleman would never do that. of
No,
course
no, no.
not. No.
Anyway, they all go for this. That is indeed how you can make use of a rather nasty exploit in this game, and again, we do not advise doing this. This is only for the sort of skullduggerous, knavish cads out there, so don't do it, I say.
Well, it is. We're just sort of showing you. But as we said there, I mean, do Nintendo need to move in and fix this? This is the question.
Yes, indeed. Will there be a step taken by Nintendo now to move in here and say, okay, that's the end of that, we're going to have fair play here or nothing at all, and if you're found using such techniques as purposely lagging and cheating, etc. and so forth, you'll get the old ban.
Well, exactly, that's the thing. I mean, move in and do something about it, but can they actually fix it if it's just lag?
Exactly.
Is it fixable? And of course, if it's not, then the only thing that they could do, perhaps, is what you just said there, and get the old ban hammer out.
That's right, the mighty hammer of ban. And if you ask me, Finils, if this kind of problem starts to become more and more widespread in this game, perhaps as people start to say, well, this is a great way of winning, then I think that kind of response will be exactly what's needed.
Well, most certainly, yes, indeed. I think it's not just our video here. Most certainly won't be, but
No.
other people will have noticed this, no doubt.
Certainly,
and,
yes.
People aren't silly. Gamers aren't daft. They soon pick up to what's going on.
That's right, especially if you see someone else using the tactic, the temptation is there to say, well, I don't know, what have I got to lose? I'll do it myself, you'll see, and that's where it all starts. And this is how nasty sort of dirty trick tactics like this can spread very rapidly. So I think what we're looking at here is a situation where a couple of bad eggs can very possibly take advantage of a loophole like this to spoil the game experience for everyone else. Because of course it wasn't just me that this particular laggy chap was splatting, but everyone else in the room too, and of course he won the round for himself using that technique. And as soon as you have something that unbalances the game come into play like that, well basically it throws the whole game out of sync and other people are left at a massive disadvantage, old boy.
Well, most certainly, yes, indeed, they are. And as we saw, he was right at the top of the scale there. Now, as
Yes.
we said, we're not saying that he was doing it on purpose, but of course, people will very quickly pick up to the fact that this can be done.
Yes.
And they will use it. And I think
Some will of course start to do it on purpose, as
do
you
it
say
purposely.
there, that's right.
Yes, and I think Nintendo are going to have to do something about it. They'll have to move in some way and do something, I think.
That's
Otherwise,
right.
people will start to complain, no doubt.
I think this is perhaps one of the most interesting examples of a lag-related cheat we've actually seen, because in other games you can of course use lag to your advantage, but nothing quite like this where you're basically blatantly teleporting around the screen and avoiding getting taken out, old chap.
So yes, I mean, lag, you said you could be using other games, and I think it is most certainly, but
Yeah.
the thing is Splatoon particularly vulnerable to this, do you think?
It seems so, little boy, and certainly I think Splatoon is a very fun game. It has a lot of potential as an online shooter. Indeed, I find myself enjoying it as much as Battlefield and other shooters in the same industry. That's Nintendo for you, I suppose. But of course, other shooters have taken steps to improve their hit detection, to ensure people can't lag away from you, and of course to make sure they can't avoid getting shot, etc. and so
Yes.
forth.
Yes, indeed, most certainly. But here what we're seeing is a game going on quite innocently there.
Yes.
And people may not even know that it's happening and think, why have I got knocked out?
Why do I keep losing?
Why am I shot him 5 times with my gun here, which should kill him in 2, and he's still standing there?
Exactly, where can I get his armour from, old chap? That's right.
Exactly, they try to level up to level 150 or something, and it still doesn't work.
I'm sorry, I am guilty of a bit of spawn capping there, sorry about that, but we have to do it because they'll do it to you as well, you'll
Oh,
see.
yes, that's
but
right.
Anyway, carrying on, Bales, the question is, of course, Nintendo, this being one of their first forays into the shooter genre in quite a long time, will they have the necessary wherewithal, more lag there, old chap, to step in and sort this out, I say?
Well, most certainly, sir, they are, you see. That's James and Bertie showing you how to cheat it. Oh, no, I don't mean we're not really.
Please don't cheat,
We're not really, we're just showing you, making you aware of something out there.
Yes.
If you're playing this game, to be just have a little bit of a heads up, as it were.
That's right, indeed, Videos. You might find yourself outgunned otherwise through unfair tactics. What do you know? But certainly I do hope that, as we said there, Nintendo can do something to sort this out, old chap.
Most certainly. That's still you splatting away, I see.
It is, old boy. I think we're going to win this round. This hasn't even been Game, Chef and Birdie. Thank you most kindly for joining us, I say. I'm looking forward to seeing once more the next exciting splatting out in my world.
Oh, yes.
Until then, I have to see if we've won or not, old chap.
Of course, do we?
I don't know.
Well, let's have a look then.
This is after the tape stops, really, old chap. But
let's see.
Okay, come on, Judd. Give us the goods. Of course
Good guys.
Yes, of course we did.
Yes, we won.
Bye-bye.